When you're learning jazz standards, it's very important to understand the underlying harmony. When I say underlying harmony, what I mean is the simplest form that the harmony can take that still supports the melody. The trouble is that most of you learn standards from Rio books or iReal Pro or things like that, and a lot of times those charts cram a bunch of options in there that might have been used in some arrangement that are overcomplicated and aren't necessarily the only way you could be playing the tune. A lot of these melodies can survive with much, much simpler underlying harmonies. Let's just take Body and Soul. I'm going to teach it to you as if you don't know it, because I'm sure most of you don't, in the way that the real book has it. The first chord is E flat minor. It's in the key of D flat, but it has 2 chords per measure for 8 measures. So that's 16 chords. That's a lot to remember. But it goes like this. Ba-de do de do de de do de do de do de do 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 dim ba 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 do 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 do. What did I do there? So E flat minor, the 2 chord, to B flat 7, 5 of 2, that's measure 1. Measure 2 is a 2-5 in the key of D flat. So E flat minor to A flat 7. So that's the first 2 measures. That's a quarter of that A section. Now we go to the 1 chord, D flat major. Then we go to the 4 chord, G flat dominant. So that's measure 3. Then we go to the 1 chord, but it's first inversion, so it's D flat with F in the bass. Then E diminished, so that's measure 4. So that's half of that section. Let's recap. 2, 5 of 2. 2, 5, 1, 4 dominant, 1, flat 3 diminished. Second half, you have the 2 chord, then we just change the bass note of that 2 chord. We make it the 2 chord over its flatted 7th, so 3rd inversion. Then we have a 2-5 leading to the 6 minor chord, so it's C half diminished to F7. Then we have the 6 minor, B flat minor, and then a 2-5-1, just 1 beat each. And then 5 of 2 to drag us back around. Now, here's the whole progression. 2, 5 of 2, 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 1, flat 3 diminished, 2, 2 for 3rd inversion, 2, 5 to 6, 6 minor, 2, 5, 1. 5 of 2. That's the entire progression. Now that's a shitload of chords. It's a lot, and it's way more than this song needs. So how do you reduce this? What is the underlying harmony? Now, let's simplify some things. First of all, things that happen on the second half of a measure tend to be not very critical and not supportive of the melody. Not always, but a lot of the time. So I can just get rid of that 5 of 2 in measure 1. I'm just going to make that a 2. So I made it 2 for a measure, 5 for a measure, and then 1. I'm getting rid of that 4 chord. And now the next part, it goes 1 and flat 3 diminished. Getting rid of those 2. So the first 4 measures of Body and Soul is just 2, 5, 1 for 2 measures. That's fine, right? It works with the melody. Where does it go from there? It goes to 2 minor, and then to 2 minor 3rd inversion. Don't need that, so just 2. Then it goes to 5 of 6, which is F7, the 6 minor, 2, 5, 1. Now something that if you know any jazz you would know is that 6 minor and 1 are pretty good substitutions for each other. So instead of going 5 of 6, 6, I can just go 5, 1. So that second half of the song could be instead of 2, 5 of 6, 6, also 2, 5, 1. Listen to the melody. Dee da da do da 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 da. So all that fuss was for 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. Body and soul could be expressed that way. Now 2 and 5 are also pretty interchangeable, and 5 can really take over the 2. So you could really think about body and soul as 5 for 2 measures. Da da do do da da. 1. Da da do 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 do. 5. Dee da 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 da. Da 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 dum ba da da dum. Right? Just 5 and 1 can express that whole melody. It can sit inside it. Now, obviously, most people don't play it that way. The whole band, the whole ensemble needs to be in sync. But the idea of just arranging that melody in that dense way really leaves you no space but to follow that in your solo, right? If you're going, you gotta go. I'm really trying to arpeggiate every chord, but I can actually space it out and just play much more basic and play on the underlying harmony while that's going by. So the rhythm guitar might go, but I'm going. Just playing a 2, 5, 1. And it's going to create this interesting sort of texture. A lot of gypsy jazz players like Django play pretty simply harmonically and really just outline that basic underlying current of chords that will just get you there, even though the rhythm section is really spelling out the harmony. So it's something to always keep in mind. How do you create a situation where you can express the song minimally and really have a lot of space inside each tonality to just outline the harmony that's getting to the same place in a different way, in a slower way? I hope you dig this. I hope you subscribe and click all the buttons, and we'll see you next time.